Yo, I'm the 2KMC, here to tell you about the upcoming events in the neighborhood. This weekend, you'll have 4 chances to participate in boot camp, limited to my players with a 75 overall or lower.
And just about to get underway as the starting 5. We welcome you to Noche and a chance here to check out some stats for LeBron James.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Now, here's Doncic after LeBron James's miss. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Pass to Porzingis. Richardson outside. On the wing, Doncic. He's guarded by Schroeder. Doncic, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
They get the rebound. James. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, there are certain physical advantages brought to the table by LeBron James, and that's one of them right there.
To the inside, Gasol with the steal. The drive by LeBron. It's rebounded by Doncic. Here's Dallas. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Yeah, but as a team, you actually love a win like that. You're struggling from the field. You don't have your best stuff. Still, you find a way to gut out a win.
The shot's good. LeBron's got his 2nd basket of the night.
We call that turn the lights out because LeBron, from that range, put as many bodies on him as you want. It doesn't matter.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Porzingis can't hit.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
He doesn't hit that one.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And the pass to Klieba. Now, here's Doncic. Richardson with it. Back to Doncic. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Now, here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg. But he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth.
Got a piece of it. Here's Richardson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Horton Tucker. It's tipped.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
Pass to Brunson. Dallas moving it around. Schroeder comes with the double team. Brunson kicks to Johnson. And Johnson with the stuff.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Schroeder passes to Caruso. Shoots over Brunson. Here's Caruso. Brunson covering. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, this guy is tremendous at keeping plays alive. Montrezl Harrell getting to the offensive window.
Passes it to Johnson. Richardson outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
For me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And, guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Jalen Brunson. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Richardson in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Brunson after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. The putback. The shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Pass to Horton Tucker. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Horton Tucker's got his first points of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Powell, that's good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
It's his first trip to the line.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Dallas also making some changes. Zinkas, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, LeBron, too many options, too many weapons at his disposal when he runs the pick and roll.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
Oh, as he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Now here's LeBron. He has 6. Here's Harrell. Second chance shot. It's blocked. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last. Marc Gasol is checked in for Los Angeles. Markieff Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 6. And the dunk by Doncic.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Here's James. He's got 8. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Now here's Richardson. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Powell. And here's Porzingis for a 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. To the wing right side. Finney Smith passes to Powell. 1:03 left here in the second. Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
From the moment this guy stepped into the league, Luka Doncic has been aggressive and assertive. He just attacks defenders.
And finished off by LeBron.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And Gasol sends it back.
What defensive instincts, what timing, Bart.
Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
Woo.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 10. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
When LeBron gets the ball, guys, and there aren't numbers back in transition, it almost always results in an easy hoop.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points. And it's just about time now for the 3rd quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at James, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Doncic against Schroeder. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got it all tied up now for the Mavs. James looking it over. Floats it up for James. That shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Nice D from Doncic. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. That one goes in. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Here's Schroeder, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
On the wing, James. Porzingis with the block. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Porzingis has got the ball. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Klieba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell because in 2017, Klieba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Markieff Morris. Matthews, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Alfonso McKinney's checked in for LeBron. Here's Caruso. Here's Kuzma. Cauley Stein grabs the board. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Mavericks leading by 4. Brunson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the middle and stolen by Harrell.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is crucial part of the defense for these guys.
And Kuzma has it in the corner. Now the dish to Harrell.
Well, he might be a bit undersized, Montrezl Harrell, but he plays bigger than the frame suggests. Hold on.
The Lakers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. He hits both from the stripe. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Now here's Burke. He's covered by Matthews. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Now here's Burke. D right on him. Great D that time from Harrell. McKinney passes to Kuzma. It's stolen by Johnson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Brunson. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And just solid play out of them that time.
56 seconds left in the third. Here's Caruso. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the line for him here. Some changes for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Alfonso McKinney. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Wesley Matthews. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dallas. Johnson outside. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Cauley-Stein outside Hardaway. The second chance effort. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer. And he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Clock at 6. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Inside, Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Doncic in at the 3 spot. Lakers trail by 7. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
The strength of LeBron is something that is never going to go away, and it will always allow him to finish plays like that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Gasol comes in for Harrell, and Morris subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. And Dallas also making a switch. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas calls timeout. Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
Okay, David, thanks.
Amazing when you're 7'3" with great instincts. You create an opportunity to get the putback. Nice work, Kristaps Porzingis.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Dallas leading by 6. Now Doncic. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
There's the pass to Morris. James left side. And the shot goes in. LeBron's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This is where the defense says, uh-oh, because LeBron James is cooking.
Richardson outside. Outside, Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Shot clock at 6. It's LeBron with the drive.
Let's say the strength of a locomotive and the finesse of a ballerina each time he takes it to the rim.
And here is Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 6-point lead. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Here's Doncic. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
Schroeder against Doncic. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. And no good that time. Here's LeBron. Good work defensively by Richardson. Mavericks leading by 4. Out to the wing. Dallas moving it around. Doncic against Schroeder. Out to Porzingis. Great D that time from LeBron. Lakers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. With the second effort, lays it up off the glass. James has got 17 points here in the second half.
Yeah, there's not a person in this building who didn't know the ball was going to LeBron, and still he delivers.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Klieba comes in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Doncic. Count it!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Doncic against Schroeder. LeBron James on the wing. Porzingis with the block. Now, here's Doncic. On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Klieba. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Here's LeBron. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis.
Well, we know every game LeBron is going to find his way to the line just from his aggressive style.
And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 5. And so it's Dallas winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
2K TV, we have a fun episode for you this week. We're talking All-Star, 2K League Draft, My Team, and more.
First, this weekend is the All-Star game, which means we have some All-Star trivia for you in this.
Oh, the land of the free.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And checking out some numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at shooting guard. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Now here's Lillard. He's as potent an offensive player as you're going to find in this league. He averages almost 30 points a game.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Gives a team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Lillard after Luka Doncic's bucket. No good off the back of the rim.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And Doncic throws it down.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Over to the left wing. Back to Lillard. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Doncic.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now, here's Kanter. He's coming off a 22-point game against Sacramento.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Porzingis, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Lillard. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Yeah, Porzingis gets an angle like that. Once he gets by you, there's just really no way to get to him other than fouling him. So, good job attacking this time.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind banging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Dallas moving it around. Brunson against Lillard. Outside Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Brunson. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Brunson against Lillard. He dishes it to Carmelo. To the right side. To the inside. Passes to Kanter. Lillard outside. That's good with time running down on the shot clock. Lillard's got 6 points.
That's an attack mindset from Lillard. We know he loves the three, but fully confident getting inside and has the ability to score there.
Now here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. Here's Simon. And that one is good.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Lets it go from deep. Cantor controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's Dallas up 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the... Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Dwight Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The pass to Jones. Anthony down low, guarded by Powell. Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Doncic passes to Powell. Back to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Down low. It's stolen by Jones. And he dunks it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Jones is running. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist from Covington. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Cauley Stein kicks to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. To the paint. Powell, that's good. And the Mavericks lead by 2. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. The Mavericks have it all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Klieba, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hood finds Lillard. Clock at 6. Shoots over Brunson. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Yep, it counts. Powell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Lillard against Brunson. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 10.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Dallas making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Here's Doncic. And too long on the shot.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And a deep three from Lillard. Unable to get that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Pass to Johnson. There's the dish to Richardson. Out to Doncic. Over Jones. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Klieba. Hardaway comes in for Doncic. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. And here is Burke. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Off target at the rim. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead.
Kevin, thanks. Here with...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They only had a couple of rough stretches, and now with the second half about to get underway.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lillard. Doncic with the block.
and not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And the dunk by Porzingis. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Lillard attacking. You know, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Marjanovic down low. Covington's there. And Covington sends it back. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Jones has got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
The drive by Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Cantor finds Jones. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter, even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter. Will that make right there? That could change things.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
At 7-3, Porzingis with no trouble seeing over the defense. Excellent pass and a very unselfish play.
Trent passes to Cantor. Lillard up top, guarded by Doncic. Back to Cantor. Kicks it to Lillard from 11 feet away. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
There's 1:38 left in the third quarter of the game. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Yep, that one goes. 18 points for Luka Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Knocked away. Hood, the pass to Simons. Clock at 4. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. And the first one at the line is good. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Klieba, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. So the wing on the left. Down low. Little passes to Carmelo. Klieba with the rebound. The Mavericks trailing. For the lead, Doncic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. And it's tied up with that one.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
Pass to Little. Here's Simons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simons has got 9.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Doncic kicks to Brunson. Doncic right side. And he gets it to go.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Here's Simons. 9 points in the game so far. He feeds it to Little. Up in time.
More experience means you have a better understanding of who you're defending. And Carlisle.
At the end of the third, the score is all even. Both teams absolutely filling it up. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Dallas, Jalen Brunson out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Johnson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center, filling out the middle. Good on the shot.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. The pass to Brunson. Johnson in the corner. Brunson scanning the floor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Trent passes to Hood. Feeds to Cantor. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein in great position to reject that shot.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Here's Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard attacking. Anthony trying to get open. Count that bucket. Lillard's got 11 in the second half.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Klieba. Doncic against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Lillard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 25 points.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic, no good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. Trailing by 2. Over to the wing. Lillard outside. To tie it up. And the layup is up and in. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
That's a tip of the cap there. Always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. Inside. 6 to shoot. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Doncic looking it over. Lays it up and banks it in. And he has 28 points for the game.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Lillard with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Lillard. Three-pointer. Mavericks with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Doncic. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Yes!
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
Now I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Lillard dishes to Anthony. Portland moving the ball. Lillard attacking. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
And now we've got the intentional foul. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Doncic, here we go. Money!
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Nobody near Lillard. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Here we go.
So Dallas will get the first possession. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. Here's Lillard and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Now Doncic to the inside and stolen by Lillard. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
big-time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
The Mavericks trailing. Doncic outside. We play just over a minute here in OT. Pass to Klieba. On the wing, Doncic. Covered by Lillard.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. All free throws good from Doncic.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Lillard against Porzingis. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 39.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
And Doncic, here we go.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Here's Trent. Richardson covering. Doncic against Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Lillard attacking. Got it.
And shout.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Trent passes to Lillard. Cantor against Porzingis. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closer. Just 5 to shoot. Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic outside. Over Lillard. Missed.
I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so the big win by Portland in a tie.
Hey, Kevin, the Clippers.
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. Porzingis on the follow.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
Now, here is George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Now George, a dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Passes it to Ibaka. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Beverley against Doncic. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Moves back up. Out to Doncic. Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Klieba kicks to Richardson. Doncic against Beverley. And they double up Doncic. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Washington. Ball stolen. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Doncic.
Nice work there from Doncic. Saw an opportunity to cash in and didn't let it go awry.
We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. Doncic with the steal. Porzingis with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. Porzingis passes to Klieba. Here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 6.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Sure. Good work defensively by Richardson.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
There's the pass to Porzingis, and it's blocked.
a capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
And he makes that one. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. The drive by Doncic. Off with the layup.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And stolen by Richardson. Up top, Porzingis. Defended by Ibaka. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding him.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Williams. He got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
We've got Marcus Morris. Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Up top, Doncic. Guarded by Jackson. And the dunk by Doncic.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
Clippers trail by 13. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Doncic passes to Richardson. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now here's Jackson. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Porzingis finds Richardson. Doncic outside. Back to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Jackson. Good work defensively by Richardson. Now the Mavericks with it. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Here's Porzingis. Here's Marjanovic. From the arc. Rebounded by Jackson.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Doncic with the block.
You know, I like that Doncic, guys, doesn't back down on defense and tries to make it hard for his opponents.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Well, for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes? And here we go, Coach's Challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Brunson's checked in.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Shot clock at 6. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
Now, here's Burke. Not a lot of room. Here's Cauley Stein. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Outside for Batum. Pass to Beverly. The feed to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Now, here's Burke, defended by George. Burke can't get it to go. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And we finished one half of that.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 4. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. George finds Batum. Here is Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So difficult to defend Ibaka inside the length, the improved strength, and he's one of those bigs who doesn't mind going to the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Hardaway's checked in for Dallas.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
From 12 feet out, and he knocks down the jumper. Hardaway has got his first points of the game.
Skilled at scoring in a variety of ways. I mean, give Hardaway Jr. these looks, and he's happy to oblige.
Williams dishes to Ibaka. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. It's a 16-point game. Morris outside from past the arc. That shot missing, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Williams, and the layup is good. Williams has got his first basket of the night.
You know, defenders like to try to get physical with Williams. I'll tell you what, his strength belies his size.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic, passes it to Richardson. Dishes to Doncic. Dallas needs to get off a shot. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 16. And no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Good. Porzingis has got 12.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Morris finds Ibaka. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league. But that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Reggie Jackson comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Johnson comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Brunson the pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. For the 3. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Doncic with it. 22 points for him. He feeds it to Powell. Doncic against Morris. Doncic with the bucket.
Well, it's so easy to be excited about Doncic. A lot to like in his game, especially when he's sinking tough shots in the face of the defense like this.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Batum comes in for Morris, and Paul George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Brunson against Beverly. Zubac. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Now here's Brunson.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He has really delivered at the... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
George passes to Batum. Back to George. Over Klieba. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Klieba. Now Doncic. Here's Klieba. Porzingis inside, defended by Beverly, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
And here is Doncic. Kicks to Richardson. The pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Doncic. Good, nice job down low. 28 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
And George, here we go. Count the basket.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic against Williams, and Doncic gets it to go. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender, and when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Here's Williams. Porzingis with the block. Doncic outside. The Clippers grab the miss. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
At times in his career, Ibaka has looked out of control when forced to finish through defenders. That time keeps his poise and reaps the benefits.
Greg, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and what was like go on the floor to what we're seeing now, and there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Doncic against Williams. Now, here's Doncic. Defense right on him. Here's Porzingis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Porzingis is a unique big man, no doubt about it. He's often compared to Dirk Nowitzki, somebody that can space the floor as well as hurt you with his athleticism. Actually, he's probably a tad more athletic than Dirk.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Luka Doncic.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense repeatedly. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum's running, and he lays it up and in.
And, you know, Batum with that Greyhound build and stride covering ground in a hurry.
Now Doncic from deep. No good. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And all right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Let's take a look at the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. And for Dallas, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. They get it again. Here's LeBron. Shoots over Doncic. Nice shot by James.
Because of his quickness, LeBron is hard to block out on the offensive glass.
You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games. Driving with that kind of speed and power, LeBron bulldozes his way through contact.
Gasol with the steal. Fast break, the Lakers. And James gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope. James has got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The drive by Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Here's Schroeder, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Doncic against LeBron, and it's Doncic missing.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Finney Smith passes to Richardson. He gets it in there.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Richardson covering. LeBron drives in. Gasol controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
Here's Doncic, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. 5th is Luka Doncic.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Klieba. Hardaway's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hero. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 1. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
And you know this, what you do on the backboard may not completely win or lose a game, but it can tip the scale in one team's favor.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there. Second shot opportunity. Here's Powell. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers leading by 3. Caldwell Pope up top. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Carlisle Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Here's Powell, kicks it out to Johnson. Powell trying to free himself up. Another shot. He lays it in.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here's Caruso. No good there. Carlisle Stein with the defensive effort. And it's Johnson penetrating. That one good for 2.
Yeah, James Johnson off the drive. Big, strong, but also very skilled.
Caruso looking for an opening.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Here's Powell. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Don't kid yourself. Harrell can challenge you with the dribble. Something he's doing more and more.
This is his first free throw of the game. Richardson, he's checked in for Dallas. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Powell down low. He's against Kuzma. Powell kicks to Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. No good on the layup. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Lakers. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Carlisle Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Brunson in at the point. Richardson against Schroeder. Pass to Harrell. Floats one up. The Mavericks pull it in. Carlisle Stein's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Sweet little floater.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Schroeder against Richardson. And it's Schroeder missing.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Klieba comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. It's stolen by Schroeder, and it's the Lakers on the break. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Schroeder being disruptive on the defensive end, knocking the ball out and starting the fast break.
Doncic outside to the middle. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
The raw power of James excels at taking on physical defense and finishing.
Here's Doncic. And yes, it's good. Doncic has got 5.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Schroeder against Doncic. Schroeder passes to Harrell. One-on-one here. Here's Porzingis. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Schroeder, right side, pass to Harrell. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope passes to LeBron.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that he knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
LeBron against Doncic. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Caldwell Pope kicks it over to Schroeder. LeBron left side. Harrell, good, and the assist goes to James. And the Lakers lead by 3.
Credit the vision of LeBron. Leave even one guy open, he'll find him.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Rejected by Gasol.
The former Defensive Player of the Year, Gasol, showing his stuff.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Up again. It's tipped.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Richardson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Marc Gasol.
When you look at Richardson's skill set, you look at his size, you think, man, this guy could be a great 3-and-D player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Klieba. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
I'll tell you, trying to guard LeBron, it's easy to get frustrated. And it's been that way all night.
Here's Brunson. 2 free throws coming up. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Mavericks trail by 6. And here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
No good that time. So we've reached the end of the first.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in a point. Nice shot by James. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
It's LeBron with the drive, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Klieba. Both free throws good from James.
You know, the one chink in LeBron's armor, decent but somewhat inconsistent from the free throw line.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Doncic. He's got 9. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Klieba's checked in. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for the Lakers. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
And the body control on display there. Doncic looking determined to finish no matter the contact.
James with the bucket.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Doncic looking it over. Tries it again, and he lays it up and in. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Here's Caruso. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Richardson. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
James. Oh, that was something else.
Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
The drive by Doncic. Porzingis can't hit. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
You know, it's amazing to watch up close. LeBron, he's just a next-level athlete.
To the left wing. Doncic against Harrell. Porzingis trying to get free. Doncic, no good. Lakers leading by 8.
Great scorers have this ability. Let LeBron get that close, that's 2 points or a trip to the line.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Free throw good, LeBron. And both free throws good for LeBron.
impeccable from the line since halftime.
Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Brunson. Great D that time from Harrell. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. The drive by James. Lays it up off the glass. James has got the lead up to 12 now for the Lakers.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
Brunson the pass to Carlisle. And Burke has it in the corner. They need this. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
He's light on his feet. Montrezl Harrell gets himself into position and makes a play on the ball. His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Outside Hardaway. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kuzma finds James. And James throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And it's denied. And they pick up 2. LeBron's got 34.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding a big 18. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's see what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about who's...
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Johnson is out there with Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Mavericks call time here. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Marjanovic comes in for James Johnson. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. James wide open. Off target from outside.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
James kicks to Gasol. Nobody near Schroeder. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Schroeder's got his first 3 points of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 5 here tonight. Schroeder outside. The dish to Morris. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Trying to get open is Marjanovic.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Schroeder looking around. Pass to Gasol. Porzingis with the steal, and here comes the break. Doncic outside. Inside. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got his first 2 points.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
On the wing, James. Lob pass to Gasol. That one doesn't drop. Mavericks trail by 15. Up the floor. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Very nice stretch from them, but the reason why they're not into this game, they have to get some stops.
Dallas with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Here's Doncic over James, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on LeBron James.
And we've talked about the skill. Doncic has polished his game at a very young age, and that pump fake was a seasoned veteran's move.
Maxi Klieba, he's checked in for Marjanovic. James looking around. Here's Morris. Second shot opportunity. Harrell finds Caldwell Pope. Lakers passing it around. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. James, no good.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Richardson, no luck. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Los Angeles.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Boy, such a big factor in the game tonight. His intensity on the boards. Even when guys put a body on him, he somehow still beats them to the ball.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Here's Porzingis. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
26 seconds left in the game. Dudley, the pass to Jones. Back to Dudley, and the Lakers turn it over again. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 15-3 run. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's the three. That one's not going to go. And so the Lakers take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't get...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. First.
Next up, which team has 2 starters selected to the 2021 NBA All-Star Game?
Is it the Nets, the 76ers, the Celtics, or the Bucks?
So many All-Stars, but which team has 2 this year? That's the key. This year. You know that answer, you get some VC.
Yeah, this is an easy one. We love these players too. They've been on 2K TV.
We welcome you to Noche and Beyond. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Looking now at some numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters from Portland. We've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. And for Dallas, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. Now, here's Lillard. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. Count that one.
Wow, there's the toughness and grit of Richardson. Absorbing a lot of contact and powering through it.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Yeah, it did. I mean, they were smart about it, Mark. Once the foul started to add up on the other side, they really turned up the heat.
The free throw drops for Lillard. When you look at the regular season, Chris, was there a part that was more difficult, the start or the end, or maybe somewhere in between?
I would say it's somewhere in between, because the physical toll, is felt most down the stretch. But you get a time to refresh and renew and get back to it.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Kanter kicks to Lillard. Portland again missing. The Mavericks are gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Finney-Smith, 11 feet out, and he hits it.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Lillard the pass to Cantor. Lillard against Doncic. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And Porzingis, here we go. Count that bucket.
Yeah, you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Lillard dishes to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
I like to see this. Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Doncic kicks to Klieba. Lillard against Doncic. And that one is good. Portland trailing here. Here's Trent. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Cantor, the pass to Covington. Lillard outside. Just 5 on the clock. Tries again. The putback, and it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 6 points.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Doncic looking it over. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
They certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
That shot wide open. 11 points in the game.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
To the inside, stolen by Cantor. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, the D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving inside.
Doncic outside. And it's blocked.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. And it's Lillard missing. Mavericks trail by 5. Klieba, the pass to Porzingis, and he lays it straight in. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Down low, Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He put together quite a quarter. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it...
I think it comes from being in a big family.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Dwight Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. And power down, the jam.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him. Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on this team.
And Simons a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point, though.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Hood drives in to the paint. Cantor, the pass to Hood. Back to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, Cantor has led the league in offensive boarding rates. I mean, and when you think about it, perhaps the best at picking up his teammates' misses.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Good on the bucket. Cantor's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Hardaway. And Cantor pulls it down.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Simons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Tim Hardaway picks one up. I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. It's Richardson on the wing. Anthony with the block. A minute 50 left to play here in the second quarter. Lillard dishes to Covington. Lillard against Hardaway.
All night long, Lillard has been taking over on the offensive end. I mean, adjusting to every defense they've thrown at him.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Brunson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment now to see the numbers for Damian Lillard. Averaging 29 points per game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Klieba comes in for Johnson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Hardaway. And Lillard gets it to go.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Lillard outside. Inside, Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Doncic throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Brunson against Lillard. From deep. No good on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Yeah, if you can be that much better on the glass, you're going to win the game.
Trent passes to Covington. Here's Trent. Richardson covering. Here's Trent. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Determined to protect the lead.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half.
3.
On the floor for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic with it. Pass to Porzingis. Excellent D from Kanter.
And they continue to control the glass.
And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Porzingis has got 8.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Covington kicks to Lillard. He can't get that one. Nice D from Doncic. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Klieba.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Three-pointer, Lillard bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 20.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Poked away. Stolen by Kanter. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And Lillard gets it to go. And now an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
Here's Doncic. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Now Lillard. He's got 22. Passes it to Kanter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Kanter is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous...
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Finney Smith. No good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. The pass to Simons. He feeds it to Cantor. Takes the three. They grab their own miss. Second chance shot. And he gets the bucket. Cantor's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
And the shot is good.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. And a wide open look for Hood. No good from outside. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Powell. And he banks in the layup.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Pass to Cantor. Simons surveying the D. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got 14 points.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
And here is Doncic, 13 points in the game. Powell trying to free himself up. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Doncic. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Pass to Cantor. To the inside. Doncic comes with the double team. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Klieba comes in for Johnson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And a switch here also for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
It's more than just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, he's been active and aggressive.
Takes it out to Covington. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Doncic. And good that time. Doncic has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And that does it for the... Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about physical.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Klieba is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Brunson in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game. And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And it's good for 2.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Portland leading by 3. Now, here's Lillard. Cauley-Stein with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
But he stays with it. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Klieba. No good on the shot. Good D by Covington. Trailblazers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Lillard against Brunson. Lillard scanning the floor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You better respect the interior game a little bit. When he gets deep inside, he forces the defense to hit him.
First one falls for him. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And so he makes both from the line.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Here's Brunson. It's deflected.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. And he's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Richardson, no luck. Portland leading by 7. Lillard outside. Takes a 3. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Here's Porzingis. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Lillard misses. Mavericks trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Covington with the steal. Richardson against Lillard. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Down low. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. This Mavericks squad struggling.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lillard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked.
A springy guy. Richardson is a great leaper. He can get way up for it, too.
Brunson against Lillard. The 11-footer. Good. He hits the jump shot. Lillard's got 34.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Richardson outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Anthony.
Well, Richardson comes from a military family. I mean, his mom was an officer in the Air Force, so he knows about discipline on and off the court. That helps a pro ball player.
Good on both. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Klieba defending, and that one good. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
The three for Doncic. The shot, no good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
Who from the East received the most All-Star votes?
I'll give you all a hint. This person received more than 5 million votes. Was it Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, James Harden, or Kevin Durant? That is a whole lot of votes.
For sure, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before, but one of these is my favorite player, and that happens to be the answer to this question. So get it.
The sprawling metropolis of Tampa. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And for Dallas, Klieba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
That was a coach's dream, to get that kind of effort and intensity on the glass, and for it to pay those kinds of dividends, critical.
Here's George following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. And Ibaka kicks to George. Back to Ibaka. And there's the pass to Beverly. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard, doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Here's Doncic in the dunk by Doncic.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here is George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. No good. The Mavericks have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Richardson outside. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And so here is Dallas. It's Richardson on the wing. On the wing, Doncic. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Ibaka.
Moving the ball is certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
And that one, good.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
And it's George missing.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Now here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. Back to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Ibaka, no luck.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Klieba. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the shot goes in.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
High, and the dunk by Powell.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Williams passes to Zubac, and it's blocked.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Here's Finney-Smith. Johnson finds Powell. Outside Hardaway. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morris. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
From outside the arc, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Dwight Powell is out there with Johnson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Here's Zubac, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Zubac has got 6.
Boy, Lou Williams with the vision. Pretty pass.
Powell finds Johnson. Here's Hardaway. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass, turn those second chance opportunities into points.
Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 3 on 3. Here's Powell. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Hey, he's shown he is a skilled big man. Powell can do a number of things for you there, finishing through contact on the drive.
Here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Up top, Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Kennard. The second chance effort. And it's Zubac laying it in. Zubac has got his third bucket of the night.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis, to the middle, from 12 feet out. And another basket for Dallas.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside, George feeds it to Ibaka. Beverly against Doncic. Clock at 6. Leonard with no one around. Great look, but off the mark. Richardson with it. Guarded now by Morris. Klieba. And contact. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Here's Beverly following the score by Dallas. Trying to get something going. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
Doncic looking it over. And the basket is good. Doncic has got 14.
Well, Luka Doncic right now cooking. This guy's got his rhythm, and he's making it hard on the defense.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points, win or lose. And that's all we have for now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive. and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, making an impact with his defense has been a trademark of Serge's game. Nice job by the big man.
Beverley against Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now the Clippers on the break. Batum's running, and he makes good on the layup. Batum's got his second basket of the game.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Pass to Klieba. Dallas moving the ball around. Porzingis can't hit. Clippers trail by 20. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
George against Richardson. And then George with the jam.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Doncic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk, but with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks, he can be special.
Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
1:56 left in the third quarter. Porzingis passes to Klieba. Kicks it to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
To the left side wing. Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Outside for Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Porzingis can't hit. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. 19-point game. And George with the stuff.
Hey, you're asking for trouble now if you let Paul George get room to run. Excellent transition and superb at getting himself in the right position.
Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here we go, one-on-one, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Brunson with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 17. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Now, here's George. He's covered closely. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 10.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Runs in the pass to Burke. And so it's Dallas, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
This is a smart kid who works hard, right? I mean, Powell draws the foul, gets to the line. Nicely done, young man.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Are you correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And Doncic, here we go, in the dunk by Doncic.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Here's Williams. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Porzingis.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Doncic. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Lou Williams.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that.
Dallas making a switch here. Klieba's checked in. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt. And they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest. But by the same token, if I got $200 million invested in a guy, I want to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career, I think my organization's all the better for it.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
That free throw good from Doncic.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Beverley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump. when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, your smartphone, or your computer.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Kennard, the pass to Kabengele. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Richardson. First free throw is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Doncic outside, inside. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Man passes to Kabengele. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Dallas.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
To the left wing, shot clock at 3. Man can't hit. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Passes it to a Wondu. Here's Marjanovic. And the pass to Burke. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Marjanovic, no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Now, Doncic. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...